Good afternoon, everyone. So yesterday we were talking about the wrist and hand complex biomechanics. First of all, in yesterday we will stop at the triangular fibrocartilage complex. So all distal radial joint and other structures are over. So next is midcarpal joint structure. So midcarpal joint structures, which means that articulation between the scaphoid, lunate, triquetrum proximally and trapezium, capitate and hamate distally. So the articulation between the carpal bones, which is known as the midcarpal joint, structures. Next, functional unit rather than an anatomical unit, which is this midcarpal joint is functional. Mainly it is work as a functional unit rather than the anatomical unit. Next, it has separate fibrous capsules and synovial, and also it has separate synovial lining that is continuous with each intercarpal articulation and some with the carpometacarpal joint. So every midcarpal joint has own fibrous capsules as well as its own synovial lining. So because of that, it is continuously, and also it is continuous with the these fibrous capsules and the synovial lining is articulate with the intercarpal articulation, as well as it is continuous with the intercarpal articulation as well as in the carpometacarpal articulation. So next is complex. This complex has overall reciprocally concave convex configuration. So it has own concave convex configuration between the midcarpal joints. It has functionally distal row of the carpal bones moves as a fixed unit. So distal row of the carpal bones like trapezoid, trapezium, capitate and hamate, these bones will this row will move as a fixed unit into the movement. Next, union of distal carpals also result in equal distribution of loads across scaphoid trapezoid, scaphoid capitate, lunate capitate and triquetrum hamate articulation. So they told that every union of the distal carpal rows which result into the equal distribution of loads. So the distal carpal rows will help to distribute the same load, equal load into the every joint of the midcarpal. So in this what are the joints are included into the equal distribution? So first is scaphoid, trapezium, trapezoid, scaphoid and capitate, lunate and capitate and triquetrum hamate articulation will be take a equal distribution into the during the weight bearing position or into the loading time. Next is distal root contributes 2 degrees of the freedom into the wrist complex with varying amount of ulnar radial deviation and flexion extension, and distal carpal row leads to the foundation of the transverse and longitudinal arches of the hand. So into the wrist articulation, into the wrist complex, only 2 degree of the 2 degree of freedom of the motion is contributed by the distal row of the carpal bone, and this movement will this freedom will include flexion extension of the wrist joint as well as the radial and ulnar deviation of the wrist joint will be possible into this 2 degree of freedom motion. And also this distal row carpals will lead at the it will lead to the foundation of the transverse and longitudinal arches of the hand. So into the hand it will lead into the transverse and longitudinal arch. Now we will talk about the ligaments of the wrist joint. So into the wrist joint, the ligament structure of the carpals is responsible for the articulation stability as well as the guiding and checking motion between and among the carpals. So what are the function of the ligaments into the wrist joint? So first of all, it will guiding and checking the motion between the carpal bones, as well as it will stabilize the joint, and it will stabilize the articular surfaces of the carpal bones. Now generally the dorsal ligaments which are situated into the dorsal part, they are thin, as well as the numerous volar ligaments and the volar ligament which are situated proximally. These ligaments are the thick ligament, and in compared to dorsal ligament, the volar ligament are the thick ligament and the stronger also. So these ligament are divided into two part, extrinsic ligament and intrinsic ligament. Into the extrinsic ligament, what is the extrinsic ligament? So extrinsic ligament means this connect the carpal bones to the radius or ulna, and proximally, or this extrinsic ligament means this ligament will connect the carpal bones to the it will connect the carpal bone to the radius and ulna proximally, as well as into the distally they will connect carpal bone with the metacarpal bones. And intrinsic ligament means it will interconnect the carpal bones. So next we will talk about the extrinsic ligament. What are the properties, how the extrinsic ligament and intrinsic ligament will be it will be different from each other. So first property is connection. Into the connection in extrinsic ligament, the carpals will attach to the radius and ulna proximally, as well as the metacarpals and the carpal. First is property. So in properties, in extrinsic ligament, the carpal bones will attach with the radius and ulna at the proximal side, and into the distal side they will attach with the metacarpal bones. Now in intrinsic ligament, it is also known as the intercarpal ligament and interosseous ligaments. So in this, it will attach with the carpals only. So next is in compared to extrinsic ligament, the intrinsic ligaments are strong as well as the less stiff. So the stiffness is less into the interosseous ligament, and also it will lie within the synovial lining. So it will include the synovial lining between the intercarpal ligament. Now what are the nutrition? So second property is nutrition. Into extrinsic ligament, the contiguous vascularized tissue will be given the nutrition to the ligaments, and in intrinsic ligament they will collect their nutrition with the synovial fluid. Next is extrinsic ligament has a high chances of the injury, so they are more prone to injury, and the intrinsic ligament are the low. Then fourth property is healing. So extrinsic ligament will be heal fast, because it will provide the vascularized tissue will provide the more nutrition into the extrinsic ligament, so they will heal fast, and intrinsic ligament will be heal slow, because it is situated deeply, as well as this extrinsic ligament will be situated superficially, that's why. Second, the extrinsic ligament, as they are situated superficially, so they will accept the forces first. So the whatever the forces will applied into the wrist joint or this area, so at that time this ligament, the extrinsic ligament will be provided, this extrinsic ligament will be get forces more compared to intrinsic ligament, because intrinsic ligaments are situated inside, that's why. So this is all about the ligaments and characteristic. So next part we will see into the next video. Thank you.